welcome to Tarun IS. Today we will be discussing current affairs based MCQs of 19th of October 2022, and there will be some other previous year questions too which I have taken. So let's see. The first question says, consider the following statements and choose the correct option. So you have to choose what? Correct option. FATF, which is Financial Action Task Force, it was established by the G7 summit which was held in Paris in 1989 in response to mounting concern over money laundering. It is not pondering, this is by mistake. Please correct it. It is money laundering. Alright. The second statement says, its objective is to set standards, promote effective implementation of legal, regulatory, operational measures for combating money laundering, terrorist financing and other related threats to the integrity of the international financial system. Now we have to choose the correct statement. Now both these statements are correct statements. Alright, FATF was established by G7 in the summit which was held in Paris in 1989, and yes, it does function to prevent money laundering. And money laundering can be for any purpose, for any organized crime. Money laundering is itself an organized crime, and it can be for various purposes like terrorist financing, counterfeit money, etc. FATF, it has two lists, the black list and the grey list. Now, if a country is put into grey list, that means it acts as a warning that the country has to take certain measures to prevent the money laundering, and money laundering which is specifically for the purpose of terrorist financing. And when a country is put into the blacklist, that means it is completely sanctioned and all its international accounts will be frozen and no transaction between any country will take place. So this is how it happens. Currently, Pakistan is in the grey list of FATF. So since we had to choose the correct option, both the statements were correct. Therefore, C will be our correct answer. Let's see the second question. Consider the following statements about Hampi, which is incorrect. Alright, so you have to consider the incorrect statement, which would be your correct answer. The first statement says, the group of monuments at Hampi is located in the Bellary District of Karnataka near the river Tungabhadra. We know that this is correct statement. We saw when we were studying the current affairs, daily current affairs. Hampi is the capital city of Vijayanagara Empire during 14th and 16th century CE. This is correct. Vijayanagara Empire was founded by Mohammad bin Tughlaq in 1336. This is an incorrect statement because the Vijayanagara Empire was founded by Harihara and Bukka in 1336, and during this time Mohammad bin Tughlaq was the ruler of the Delhi Sultanate. Hampi is also known as the world's largest open-air museum. This is correct. And Hampi structures belong to the Dravidian architecture. This is also correct. So the incorrect statement is the second. So second will be our correct answer. Let's talk about the question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding Khajuraho. Khajuraho temples were built by the Chandels dynasty in Nagara style of temple architecture. This is correct. We saw during our current affairs session. Temples are built using sandbox technique and soap stones. Now this is incorrect because the temple is built using the sandstones, not the soap stones. Soap stones are used by the people of Hoysala dynasty. Alright. And sandbox technique is famous used in this Ramappa temple. So please study about the Ramappa temple, which was recently given the tag of the World Heritage Site, and you have to study along with the Dholavira, etc. And you have to study about the Hoysala dynasty and what are the temples built by the Hoysala dynasty. And you also have to study the Nagara style of architecture, Dravidian style of architecture, Vesara style of architecture. Alright. So second statement is incorrect. There are 23 temples from western, eastern and southern clusters belong to two religions, that is Hinduism and Jainism. The third statement is correct. So first and three statements are correct and second statement is incorrect. So let's see what has been asked. Which of the above statements are correct? First and three were correct, so D will be our answer. Question number 5 says, consider the following statements regarding oral rehydration solution. And you have to select the incorrect statement. It is used for the chronic rehydration. This is incorrect. It is used for the acute rehydration, acute dehydration, which is also known as the diarrhea. It is a combination of clean water, glucose, salts in a liter of water. This is correct. And according to WHO, ORS, the important medical discovery of 20th century. According to the Lancet. According to WHO, diarrhea is the leading cause of the mortality among children. This is correct. So, two of the statements are incorrect. This is Lancet basically. But WHO also has said something like this about ORS. But basically the paper in which was published in the Lancet journal said that WHO, this ORS, which is oral rehydration solution, is the important medical discovery of the 20th century. So, two of these options are incorrect, the first and this third. All right, so this is by mistake actually. Which of the following statement is correct? Ajanta cave lies in the gorge of Vagora river. Sanchi stupa lies in the gorge of Chambal river. Pandulena cave shrines lies in the gorge of Narmada river, and Amravati stupa lies in the gorge of Godavari. So you have to select the correct statement. Alright, now let's see the Ajanta caves, which are basically the Buddhist cave, temple and monasteries which are located in the near the village Ajanta in north central Maharashtra, Western India. They are celebrated for their wall paintings. We know there are fresco paintings in Ajanta caves, and these caves they lie in the gorge of the Vagora river. Alright, so the correct statement is the Ajanta caves. Alright, let's move on to the next question. With reference to the history of ancient India, which of the following statement are correct? The Mitakshara was the civil law for upper caste and Daibhag was the civil law for lower caste. This is incorrect statement. Now, the civil law for Hindus, it has two parts, the Mitakshara and the Daibhag. Alright, so we'll see what these are two different schools and they have different ideologies, different practices. Alright, in the Mitakshara system, the son can claim right to the property during the lifetime of the father, whereas in the Daibhag system, it is only after the death of the father that the son can claim right to the property. Alright, now what happens in the Mitakshara law school? A joint family is referred with respect to the male only. That means the male member, the son, the grandson, the great grandson, etc. And they collectively have the co-ownership or they are co-partners in the joint family. Therefore, a son in the Mitakshara system by birth acquires the interest in the ancestral property. However, in the Daibhag system, it is only the son does not have the automatic ownership right by birth, but however, the son can claim to the property after the death of the father. Therefore, second statement is correct. The first statement is incorrect. Now let's talk about the third statement. The Mitakshara system deals with the matters related to the property held by male members only of a female, whereas the Daibhag system deals with the matters related to the property held by both male and female members of the family. Now what happens in the Mitakshara system? A wife cannot demand partition, right? However, she does have the right to a share in any partition which is effected between her husband and her son. Alright, she directly does not have any claim, like she cannot demand partition, but she does have a share in the property of her husband and her son. However, in Daibhag, this right does not exist for women because the son cannot demand partition. You know, Daibhag, what happens in Daibhag? The son does not automatically inherit. The son inherits the property only after the death of the father. So, as long as the father is living, the wife of the son cannot claim the property, right? So, there is no direct demand or claim in the Daibhag system. However, in the Mitakshara, she does have the and she is entitled to some share in the property. All right. So, however, in both the system, in any partition among the son, in both the system, irrespective of the practice that has been given, both the system, when a son, the mother is entitled to a equal share to that of the son in both the system. In any case, if the partition is there of the property, the mother is entitled. All right. So, similarly, when a son dies before the partition, leaving the mother as his heir, the mother is entitled to her deceased son as well as her share in her own right when there is a partition between the remaining sons. All right. So, since we have to select the correct statement, so this statement, in third statement, you see, in both the system, the female members are entitled to the share. However, in Mitaksha, there is no demand or claim. Whereas in Daibhag, this right does not exist for the women. All right. So in Mitaksha, she has a share. In Daibhag, the demand does not exist. All right. So our correct answer is, so this is incorrect. Because it says that Daibhag system deals with the matters related to the property held by both male and female members of a family. This is incorrect. All right. So let's see. Select the correct answer using the code below. 1 and 3 kya the? They were incorrect. And second only was the correct option. Second only was the correct option. Therefore, B will be our answer. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is, consider the following statements. Saint Francis Xavier was one of the founding members of the Jesuit order. Saint Francis Xavier died in Goa and a church is dedicated to him there. The feast of Saint Francis Xavier is celebrated in Goa in each year. Now let's see about Saint Francis Xavier. First statement, yes, the Saint Francis Xavier was the founding member of the Jesuit order. He did come to Goa and he did resided in Goa for some time, and then he shifted to the southeastern part of India, and from there he embarked on a journey to China. China, which was then closed to foreigners. All right. So therefore, Francis Xavier did not die in Goa. He died on an island off the coast of China, and the name of the island is Sanchian. The name of the island is Sanchian. So he died on this island. He did not die in Goa. So therefore, second statement is incorrect, and we will eliminate all the options in which second statement is there. And yes, a feast of Saint Francis Xavier is celebrated in Goa in each year. Therefore, C will be our correct answer. This Saint Francis Xavier, he came to India in 1542. All right. I mean, not came. He left Goa, which was then Portuguese territory. He left Goa for China. Let's talk about the question number 8. Consider the following statement. It was during the reign of Iltutmish that Genghis Khan reached the Indus in pursuit of the fugitive Khwarizm prince. It was during the reign of Mohammad bin Tughlaq that Temur occupied Multan and crossed the Indus. This is incorrect statement because Mohammad bin Tughlaq had died by that time. So when the Mongol Turkish warrior Temur, he had invaded to India, Mohammad bin Tughlaq was not ruling the Delhi Sultanate. So this is incorrect. All right. It was during the reign of Devaraya II of Vijayanagara Empire that Vasco da Gama reached the coast of Kerala. Alright, so this is also incorrect. This is also incorrect. Alright, now what happened? In the year 1221, the great Mongol conqueror Genghis Khan, he stood victorious around this area of Indus River. He had defeated Jalaluddin, the Shah of Khwarizm. The Shah of Khwarizm. Alright. And yes, he was in pursuit of this. And that time, the ruler of Delhi Sultanate was Iltutmish, who denied place to Khwarizm prince in order to avoid the wrath of Genghis Khan. So therefore, first is the correct statement. 2 and 3 are incorrect. Which of the given statement is correct? So only first was correct. So A is our answer. So let's talk about the question number 9. With reference to Madanapalle of Andhra Pradesh, which one of the following statement is correct? Pingali Venkaya designed the tricolor Indian flag there. Pitabi Sitaramaya led the Quit India movement of Andhra region from here. Rabindranath Tagore translated national anthem from Bengali to English here. Madam Blavatsky and Colin Olcott set up headquarters of Theosophical Society first here. The correct answer is Rabindranath Tagore had translated national anthem from Bengali to English there. Now what happened? Rabindranath Tagore composed national anthem during the year 1911. That was the partition of Bengal. The partition of Bengal. And the tune to which we sing our national anthem today was composed by the Margaret Cousin. Alright, the Margaret Cousin. During the INC session in Calcutta, December session in Calcutta in the same year, that is 1909, it was first sung. However, the tune to which we sing was composed by Margaret Cousins during 1919. Alright, so C is the correct option here. Let's move on to the 10th question. According to the Portuguese writer Nunes, the women in Vijayanagara Empire were experts in which of the following areas? Now, during the Vijayanagara Empire, the women worked in different occupations, and according to the Nunes, and different occupation, by different occupation I mean they were astrologers, they were soothsayers, they were into wrestling, etc., and they were into accounting also. So therefore they were involved in all these activities. Therefore D 1, 2, 3, 4 is our correct option. So that's it for today. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching Tarun IAS.